So not the easiest option, but it's AP threats, big team fighting. And it's protection again for the Jinx with the command protect. Going to be critical this game. Try and stick around. And that's normally when Onivia is one of the better champions in a lane swap. Tarzan coming with the squad though. Monkey is very deep flash on forwards. And Tarzan secures that initial smite to get the Raptor. Level 2 hit. Flandre goes over the wall. It's Galio that picks up first blood with the Winds of War. And maybe some boots early on to try and mess around with the range and have some ability to dodge around the Thresh hooks, which could be a little problematic. Tarzan is here, but Cube is looking to return the favor. That AL turned on the other side. Monkey at level 2, though, gets level 3. In goes that Galio. Massive shield of Durant. Teleport in! They're playing absolute fire. Permafrost lands. Cube is going to go down. Surely they finally lose the Sejuani. Trying to run it out. How long till the next hook shot? Flandre waiting. Needs to find an angle on in here. Can't quite get it. A 1-for-1 as Cube got to run away. Still waiting. 1 second on the hook shot. Taunt lands down. Shanks goes on in with Flandre looking for that last auto. Can't quite get it. The precision protocol's not enough. Cube's got to stun. Gonna try and get the autos. They can't get either kill. Udyr and Karis survive. How? Oh no. For the record, I see you in LPL chat. It is in fact Nymera's brother. Hello, it's Initialize here. Nymera will be back soon, hopefully, within the next half an hour to an hour. Monkey is going to allow Tarzan to face check him. Flash, death sentence, chompers, flay back onto it, and Tarzan gets punished swiftly. Lands it afterwards, puts Kyle in a tricky spot. Excited Jinx does a lot of work in. Ultra Shock laser over the wall. Monkey's reset, and Tarzan is here with a Glacial Prison. Slow on Taeyun. And there's the Glacial Prison, and Vampire is quickly put on ice. Hope donated the kill. Nice observer toggle there. Showed that Monkey had reset, had used the Grand Starfall, wasn't coming back. And a quick kill picked up. And got a phage now. Monkey going to try and pick up this Hex Dragon. 0, 2, and 2 has died a couple times. Once on that invade. Once sandbot. No, sorry, once in his own jungle. But on the whole, this game is in an okay spot for WE. It really is. It could have gone a lot worse after that early game. Udyr getting ahead will make them a nice front line.
Udyr. Last year, having a gold lead like this, I do trust him in the comfort of piloting this pick around the Dragon.
He's one of our better frontline players in WE. We love that stability. Dragon comes across. The combo now available for AL. The ball, zoning Hope off, who gets a bit of a speed up with a Whimsy. Dragon still being started. Shanks and Tarzan over that. Means the front line's not there. They can join quite fast, though, of course. Remember the Glacial Prison now landing. Monkey was the target. Dragon secured. Shielded Duran. Going to ensure that Pantheon has nowhere to go. And Zeri begins to bring down the lightning. Galio all in alongside the Hextech Ultimatum. And they burn a load down. 2 members dead. Cube survives. Karis survives. Taeyun survives. But the top side of the map, or rather Vampire and Monkey, die to that. That was not in fact the top side of the map. Oh, it doesn't really count.
I love the way that
Put his way to a safety.
What the hell was that?
It's what Lulu says when she uses Whimsy.
Oh.
Put.
That does make sense.
Glacial Prison! It's beautiful! Taeyun just about surviving. Flash away. Hope in danger. The big wild growth knockup though means Monkey is dead to right. Flash on forwards. He really wants the extra one. Can't quite get it. But Camille gets a turret all the while. And anyone's legend with a redemption are right back to where they started. Tarzan goes wall riding a little bit there. Can't quite find the angle. Try to show Zeri she can do it too, does Sejuani.
But how much? It's not gonna kill. It wouldn't kill. I saw it.
Basically, it's like it's like you know you get a kid when you go to a theme park, and we bring this one up occasionally. It's like you need to be this tall to ride the roller coaster. That's elite support for me. Like you need to be at a certain level to make that champion look good and not gig it in.
Yeah, and there are very few supports across the world which have done it. It was Nidalee last year. I think Nidalee still remains to be that kind of pick now too. It's definitely not a pick which gets
Tarzan lost with it, right?
Exactly.
It's a weird draft.
Well, Tarzan lost a lot with it last year, a lot, and he even lost with it today as well.
I mean,
look, turns out, look at this Sejuani. He can walk in, be completely fine.
Looking for something, don't quite get it. And again, the Lanterns have been good at disengaging somewhat. But the thing is, disengaging's all well and good for WE. It's not winning you fights. It's just saving a member. And I don't know how good the counter engage is going to be They're fine if they're in the objective first. I just don't think with the way the game state is that they're ever going to be in that position. They will have to face check.
It's really quite worrying that Hope is just hoovering up waves and getting to a port towards a point where you must hit the perfect shockwave combo onto Zeri, potentially while Lulu's not there. I'm trying to think of the checklist of things that need to happen, and each time you mention something new, it's very hard to see a play where that works, because Hope, it can just be the center of death ball now. W, they're going to take top lane turret, they're going to take the Atacon as well. This is some of those poor resets and lane assignment, which hasn't surprised me. It has surprised me. It's not made me particularly happy about this series. Luckily, W don't have the damage to completely just rail through the Atacon this time, and they will be able to get back out onto the map. But that is the kind of play which lost them the previous game.
Yeah, I think... Have anyone's Legend got Atacon this series? I'm not sure they have.
I think they've lost at least 2 out of the 3 which I've seen, but then again, and they've lost a game to them, and the other games were not that great. There are some worries there.
He's gonna fall. There's no way he gets out. The flash is not enough. Hope gets the kill.
Now, whose fault was that? Was it Vampire not being in Lantern range, or was it Taeyoon having both summoners and still not being able to
This is the core of the composition. It's gone.
I mean, there's an ult coming on a bot side, so... I mean, it might get them. There's still a Camille up, but the tower's heating up. This is just desperation.
I don't know. They've brought 3 members down. They want to try and get someone before the hook goes wide as well. There's a shield, gets another way out. It's got flash, it's got ult, gets a tactical sweep. The slow is decent.
He's waiting for them to kill the Atacon. If they can kill the Atacon, Flandre will at least get the withdrawal.
Gonna try and get the heal. Tries to get pulled back. Doesn't get the opportunity. Not quite in time, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, doesn't manage to survive around to the Atacon. Doesn't want to use the flash of the ult. Sure, whatever. Can respawn in 40 seconds and go back out onto the map. AL, they're staying on the top side of the map right now, and what they are doing, which W somehow spectacularly failed to do in that last phase of play, is make their AD carry the center of the composition. Taeyoon has a defensive tool in Vampire's Thresh, and either Vampire wasn't in position or Taeyoon completely mispositioned himself. Hope has not been in the same state himself. He's in 3-0-2 in his KDA.
Oh, not again. This is quite scary. He doesn't have flash this time either.
They spot him now, but it's too late. There's no Thresh, and Taeyoon has just died as the centerpieces of his composition twice in 5 minutes. Taeyoon, you cannot play this composition like this. When we talk about Fearless Draft, it is not about playing a champion, it's about playing a composition, and Taeyoon has failed that for WE.
Arctic Assault into a flash. Monkey dies. The Hex Tech ultimatum comes on down, and the Lantern cannot pull you out of the cage. Hook goes on to Tarzan, but they don't have any damage anymore. They just don't. There's a wild growth. Tarzan might fall, but they've still got withdrawals and the shields there. What do? You've lost your inhibitor. They'll back away. Dragon's up. The tier 2 in bot lane falls as well. Anyone's Legend, this is the best game they played all series.
And part of that is, you know, in the last game with WE won, I had to call out, well, yes, WE won, but it was a bad draft from AL. It was poor play from Kyle, from Shanks, and a bunch of other people. In this game, yes, AL are now crushing down WE, but it's also Taeyoon making horrific mistakes on the centerpiece of this composition. I think that Taeyoon has had, I mean, he was the MVP in that Ziggs game, and I think deservedly so, after really throwing so much damage out. What is the role that you play within a team? Because an AD carry plays within an envelope which the other sets up. And Taeyoon's envelope has been pretty squashed.
The Hextech ultimatum, wild growth, and the hero's entrance leads to the death of the villainess. There's nowhere for that Jinx to go, and Hope, of course, is the one who's delivering. Hope springs eternal. Well, certainly Lightning Surge. As Vampire gets hit by a Glacial Flail, will cleanse themselves. Gets a death sentence that means nothing at all. Anyone's Legend should have won this series cleaner. They still are the better team. They will close it out 3-1, but WE made them bleed, and that is not enough. Some questions still to be answered. Cube tries to clear up the wave. It might just do something, but will likely fall here for the first time this game. A mighty attempt on the Udyr, but the game ends nonetheless.
Hope 8-0-3. The Anyone's Legend carry duos of Shanks and Hope, which came over from WE.